This video is all about Act 3 Scene 4 Merchant of Venice. Now this is introductory one, and Act 3 Scene 4 is obviously larger than the previous scene, Act 3 Scene 3. This scene is very vital as we are going to see Portia's action and few more interesting events and important events we are going to find here, and we can link these scenes to the previous scenes. So this video will discuss about linking this scene to the previous scenes, and further what is the significance, dramatic significance of this particular scene, and the characters as well as their activities here. So this is an introduction to Act 3 Scene 4. Kindly watch this one with utmost care. So what makes Act 3 Scene 4 special? That is Lorenzo and Portia's conversation, first of all. Secondarily, we will see that Portia will hand over all the authority into the hands of Lorenzo by having a great task on him. So first thing we are going to notice that Lorenzo conversation with Portia. Next, what we are going to see, Lorenzo taking charge of Portia's palace. Third thing we are going to notice, Portia leaving for Venice. There is introduction of Balthazar, and at last we are going to see Portia's plan. Now, first thing I would like to tell you, at the end of the scene, Portia will go to Venice in disguise. She will be in the disguise of a lawyer, a doctor of law, and at Venice he will take the name of the pen name of Bellario. In reality, Bellario is her cousin who lives in Rome, and he will take some study notes from Bellario to how to deal with the matter, and that very learning she will apply in Venice. Further, we are going to see the Lorenzo being a great flatterer. He will start flirting with Portia, making her believe in him, and further he will get the authority of the palace of Portia and also the master of all the servants. Now, what we are going to see in this particular scene further, that Portia has decided that she will go to Venice, but all the people of her palace, the servants and other attendants, would not know that Portia has gone to Venice. Instead, they would believe that Portia and Nerissa both have gone to the nearby church or the nearby monastery, and there should be living as maid and widow. Portia as widow and Nerissa as maid, as if they have no husband at all. So they will just spare this particular period of time. Though it is a sad moment for both of them not having their husband just after their marriage, but they will spend this time. But actually the reality is something else. They have planned within them, they had a plan within themselves that they will go to Venice in disguise. So this is a very interesting part of this particular drama, and disguise is a very common characteristic of Shakespeare drama. If we look at Twelfth Night, there was disguise. That Viola was a character who was in disguise. If we look at other scenes or other dramas also, will find disguise. Just like King Lear, where we will find that King Lear will visit the kingdom in disguise. And same is the case with As You Like It, we'll find Celia and Rosalind both were in disguise. So this disguise is a very important part in that period of time, because the audience used to like that one. They used to like that the female are in male costume, male are in female costume, and some funny elements would arise. At the same time, there will be interest and there will be keenness that what will happen next. Even in this drama, we have found in previous scenes that Jessica was in disguise. So this particular part of this drama ensures Portia's venture to save Antonio's life. And the further statements made by the character will be of great use. The character we have here: Portia, Nerissa, Lorenzo, Jessica, Balthazar. And further we have the name of Bellario. Here we have the name of Bellario. So all these things are going to be very crucial in this scene. Now there is the error regarding the time, that within so little time 3 months got over, is obviously a matter of discussion, but not a matter of great importance. So hopefully we will avoid that one, and this part we should go thoroughly. Thank you. The Merchant of Venice, Act 3, Scene 4 is of great dramatic importance. Now we'll have several fragmented incidents in this particular scene, and all these fragments are going to set up the tone of the climax. So this is the very onset of climax of Merchant of Venice. As we are going to see here, Portia giving over all the management and husbandry of the palace into the hands of Lorenzo. Why Lorenzo? Since Bassanio, her dear one, her dearest one, her husband, her lord, her governor, accepted Lorenzo Jessica as chief guest, as great friends. So Portia would also do the same. Portia did not have any kind of idea or ill idea or negative idea regarding these personalities like Lorenzo and Jessica. So ultimately she just handed over the management and husbandry of the house into the hands of Lorenzo. Lorenzo, one of the most profitable characters in this drama, is going to enjoy the facilities. So it's a kind of blessings in disguise for Lorenzo. He was in seek of a shelter, safe shelter, and he has got that one. Further, what we are going to see here, we are going to find Portia ordering Balthazar in the last part of the ultimate part of the scene to go to Padua, straight to Bellario, and bring some notes regarding Antonio's legal procedure, as well as dress from her cousin Bellario. Bellario would help Portia to fight the case, save Antonio, as well as provide her with some dresses to help her to go there to Venice in disguise. One thing is sure, in Shakespearean dramas, disguise is one of the most important elements, and question is why. If you look at King Lear, there is disguise. If we look at As You Like It, there is disguise. Rosalind and Celia were in disguise of a boy or men, as well as in Twelfth Night, Viola was in disguise. So disguise, even in this drama, Jessica was in disguise. So this disguise is a prominent factor in Shakespearean drama, as this very method was hugely accepted and liked by the people of that time. So at the end of the scene, we are going to see Portia going to unfold her plan to Nerissa, but her plan of going to Venice is unknown to everyone except Balthazar and Nerissa. What's the reason? Only to give a surprise to their husband. Because the servants and other people in the palace would know that Portia was in a nearby monastery, living a life in contemplation, prayer, meditation, and waiting very deeply and sadly for her husband. So this is the setup of this very scene, and we'll go through line by line, word by word. Here we go. Madam, although I speak in your presence, you have a noble and true conceit of God-like amity, which appears most strongly in bearing thus the absence of your Lord. But if you knew to whom you show this honor, how true a gentleman you send relief, how dear a lover of my Lord your husband, I know you would be prouder of the work than customary bounty can enforce you. So, what we have found, the Lorenzo, that very Lorenzo, who is a flatterer, is praising Portia here. Reason is unknown, but it's his natural habit, and there is no hearsay or difference. He is praising Portia to his heart's content. Madam, although I speak in your presence. Here, Madam stands for Portia. Although I speak in your presence. Speak in your presence when in front of you. So, basically, we praise, appreciate others when the person is not present. Otherwise, that person may think that we are flirting with him or her. So, Lorenzo is making it clear at the first line only. Though he is flirting, but he is making it clear that though he is speaking in front of Portia, it doesn't mean that he is flattering, flirting, or exaggerating Portia's quality. You have a noble and true conceit of God-like amity. Here, noble means we can write honest, but better to write a valid. And true means perfect. Conceit stands for wisdom or knowledge. Of God-like amity, a friendship that's guided by God. Amity means friendship. So Portia does have the concept, or Portia rears the concept of friendship, as if there is God, lying in this very friendship. So is it correct of Lorenzo to say that obviously because Portia allowed her husband to leave her on the very day of her marriage to go to Venice and help his friend to get rid of or to get out of the clutches of Shylock. So Portia does have a true and noble concept of friendship. And what is friendship according to Portia? Portia, friendship is just like God. Portia values friendship just as God, which appears most strongly in bearing thus the absence of your husband. Which appears? What appears? The concept of friendship. The concept of friendship appears strongly. Portia's concept of friendship appears strongly. Why? As she is bearing the absence of her Lord. Her Lord is absent. He has gone to Venice to save dear friend. And she understands now what is the quality of friendship. Portia is tolerating the very pain of her husband's absence, and that showcases Portia's concept, knowledge regarding friendship. Since Portia values friendship, she has allowed her husband to go to Venice to save Antonio. So Portia's concept or knowledge of friendship appears vibrantly, brightly, since she has allowed her husband to go to Venice, and here now she is tolerating the pain of not having a husband. But if you knew to whom you show this honor, but if Portia knows to whom is she helping, here whom stands for Antonio. Portia knows that she is helping Antonio, but she does not know the real description, the proper paraphrasing of his character. So if she knows to whom is she helping or showing this honor means this respect. The respect stands for Portia allowing her husband to go to Venice on the day of her marriage. How true, a gentleman, you send relief. Send relief means send help. So if Portia knows to whom is she helping, how dear a lover, my lord, your husband. How dear a lover, my lord means Antonio, your husband. So your husband Bassanio and my lord Antonio, both are dear friends. Your lover stands for dearest of friends. Portia, if Portia knows what standard does Antonio bear, how gentle he is and how good friend he is of Bassanio, I know you would be prouder of the work. Then Lorenzo is sure that Portia will feel prouder of the work. Then the customary bounty can enforce you. Customary means regular. Bounty means act of charity or kindness. Enforce you. So, if Portia knows to whom is she helping or about the quality of that very man, then Portia would surely feel prouder. And further, Portia will feel great satisfaction for helping them. So, if Portia knows about the quality of Antonio, then she will feel prouder than the other act of kindness she does every day. Now, here I simplify the meaning. Portia helps everyone almost every day. She is habituated to help people, to show her virtuous quality to people every day. And she should be proud of that very act for helping people. But if Portia helps Antonio, then she will not only be proud, she will feel prouder than any other work that she has done. So here ends the first speech of Lorenzo. In the upcoming videos, we will slowly complete this very scene. Watch this in full screen. If you find difficulty in any line, kindly let me know. Thank you.